I can feel your baby inside me.
He said, black chrysanthemum. It happened.
Marvellous.
Why are you going to leave me?
There's something you're not telling me.
Alex.
You're my son.
Mine too.
She was mixed, Ella.
He's gone, Dad.
Who are you?
I can honestly say I've never been so happy. You're everything. Everything we wanted for so long. You're really back. All the times that I've wanted to see you. All the times that I felt so low, thinking that I never would. Now you're back. It's unbelievable. Come on, Nana. I promise you it was just a dream.
She was there. She was a baby, she was on the floor, and she was crying, so I went to pick her up and hold her, and I turned around, and it was horrible, Duncan.
I promise you it wasn't real. I've just been next door. Jane is in there. She's fine.
Yes. I know, I'm just being a silly. She's back, and it's all going to be all right. Yes.
It's really the happiest day of our lives, isn't it?
Alice, aren't you going to give me a kiss? Goodbye.
Well, that's a bit off, isn't it? Running off like that on your first day back at work?
Oh, yeah, because you got the monopoly on running off, haven't you?
Let's see who's without sin cast the first stone.
That's really good, Alex. Steph teach you that, did she?
Yeah, maybe. Oh, come on, I'm back now. We're back. And it's new territory, not old, so let's see if we can make the best of it. Come on, let's try moving on. Let's see how it goes. First day back at work. How's your holidays? You'll be right in no time.
That's deep, that is, yeah. Perhaps we could swap sides in the bed as well, you know. That would really help our relationship too, wouldn't it? I think it's a bit more complicated than that, don't you?
Frankie, I want to go back to how we were, if we can. I mean, if we haven't done anything, then there's no problem, is there?
But Tom, you want to, you know, and that's not part of my ideology.
Oh, but what if I tried? Like, really, really made the effort? Frankie, I'm having cosmetic surgery. I'm having a penile reduction. You know, to make me more normal so things can get back to how they should be. I have the op in a few days.
This is not about looks, Tom. Though, if it were, well, a bit smaller, it might count for something.
I don't understand! Why can't I move? I'm just a little boy!
Every time you say you're normal, it's a lie! And you'll only make it grow.
But I am normal!
All right, but what if you found me less creepy? You know, maybe I could join your Virgin Society? I mean, I meet the criteria, don't I? You could at least talk to Kate.
Well, she could, but the answer would still be no. No freaks allowed in the society, Tom. Don't even bother. Frankie's with me. Come along.
Sometimes it's hard to know what she wants. She doesn't seem to be able to write anything down or tell us.
You know, she looks around this place as if she's never been here before in her life. And she looks at us as if we're complete strangers.
Well, surely that'll pass in time.
Well, it will take time, and time is the operative word. I've seen good men, strong men, defeated by post-traumatic stress disorder after the Gulf. I'm telling you, it's enough stress for her just to be here. I'm sorry, but for the time being, it might be best if you don't tell her who you are.
She's our daughter. We've got to tell her.
You know, I think maybe Woody's right. I think we should just keep it between ourselves and bar the police. All knowledge of her is just behind these four walls, okay?
Excuse me. I'm her mum. Who is that?
Just a friend, Mum.
This is a family home, Della. No, I will not have you gallivanting around like your brother.
Do as I say, not as I did, yeah?
I beg your pardon.
Mum, you don't have to give me the talk about being pure just because you've changed your name to Helen.
How dare you, Della?
Have a good day at the hairdresser's, Mum.
How was she when you first found her?
Well, she was just like this. Very quiet. She's been sleeping like that ever since.
And you found her where exactly?
Well, it's all rather complicated, to be honest.
Yes, it was just out of the blue, really. I was, 1 minute I was asleep in my bed, and the next minute here she was.
Correct, Mr. Harper?
Yes. Yes, I suppose it is.
Well, few parents are as lucky as you, I have to say. I'm happy for you both. But this isn't an end to the matter. Cases like this are rarely as open and shut as they seem. I mean, you've obviously noticed her hair. Can you explain that?
So he lives.
Rachel, did you bring the children with you?
Your siblings, you mean, the ones you abandoned? No, just me, I'm afraid. I didn't want the halflings upsetting. Do I get any explanation as to where you have been?
It's difficult. In time, I'll try and explain.
I should not have expected anything different.
So, how is everything at home?
Well and bountiful, thank you. Farewell, Benjamin. Oh. Farewell, Lucy. I won't kiss you as I've just reapplied my lipstick.
Should be ready to come back soon. See Lucy and Ben.
Lucy and Ben. How many times have you thought of them in the past few months? They were just whispers on the wind to you, were they not? How dare you presume you are welcome there?
It's our place, Rachel. Mine, Lucy and Ben. And as soon as I'm well enough, I'm going to come back there. And it'd be nice if you were there to welcome me. All of you.
Jane, we thought we'd come up and ask you what you might like for dinner. You can mime, you know.
We want to help you. We want to help you feel at home, because this is your home. And we are your parents. We are your parents.
Jane, do you remember this? This photograph? Della. You remember us talking about Della? It's taken on your 15th birthday.
Yes, Alex took that.
It was a hostel of sorts. Pretty clean, sparse. I just wanted to get her out of there, to be honest. So we grabbed her, took her out, brought her home. She doesn't really seem to say anything about it at the moment. She is very tired. I'm sure she'll talk about it more when she's feeling like it.
Just because Jane doesn't talk about it doesn't mean it didn't happen, Mr. Harper. I see a lot of girls who come off the streets. You might not like to think about it, but I'm afraid a girl like Jane, out there for so long, probably has been involved in prostitution.
No. No, I just don't think that's the case.
You do know what a geisha does, Mr. Harper?
Well, yes, of course I do. Yeah.
And ephemeris, all but for a day in Greek. A poignant name for an insect that only lives a few hours. It's born to mate and then it dies.
Live to breed, yeah.
See? Look what sin does to you. Right, all of you who would like to be recognised by the Virgin Literary Society, please raise your hands for one of these now.
Secret societies are too a little bit more fun, if you know what I mean.
Why did you tell her like that? Well, Fiona's done nothing to you.
Look, I just wanted to protect you, love, that's all.
No, you didn't. You did it because you're jealous.
Because you're trying to take out your problems with Loverboy on me. But I thought you'd be glad I'd gone for someone with so much in common with you. I mean, I'm blonde, funny, loving.
Excuse me, don't you ever compare that woman with me?
Well, I mean, slightly different. I mean, she's a teacher and you're a hairdresser.
Oh, yeah, she's a teacher, all right. We'll know what sort of lessons she likes to hand out.
You've been very fortunate up until now, Miss Colgrin. And you're very lucky to have some sort of early warning system.
It was simply a turn, I assure you, Doctor. You see, sometimes I get up so quickly that I get dizzy spells.
You've been warned by your body, and now you can be warned by me. Your liver has sustained far too much damage from your alcohol abuse. Any more and you threaten its very existence. It might be good to speak to someone. Here.
It's very informative, thank you, but I have need of none of them. I have all that I need. You see, my nephew is back.
What do you want?
A trim. And to talk. I know what it must have looked like. Alex doesn't want me. It was always you. And you have to remember that. I just want to make things right.
Forgive and forget, yeah?
You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I just want to remember and move on if that's an option.
Oh, oops. Looks like I've cut out a huge chunk.
Don't worry. Plenty more where that came from.
It's going to look very odd, Steph.
Look, it doesn't matter. People make mistakes.
I did it on purpose.
I know. Look, I understand I'd be angry with me if I was you, and you have every right. And if it helps you to do this, then fine.
Sam, you don't have to talk about it.
The question is, Duncan, do you really want to know?
Look, Jane may never tell us about the Black Chrysanthemum, so if we're going to understand her now, it is vital that we know. Look, I've already guessed most of it. Well, it's mostly singing and dancing and tea pouring, isn't it?
Duncan.
I mean, I understand that it must have been tough for her being surrounded by all those people, but they're entertainers. They're professional. Artistic. Aren't they? Sam, am I right? Yes.
Mum? Mum? Found out who the culprit is. Nothing malicious, just Jimmy being his usual self. Yeah, good. Great, thank you. Right, no, I'm fine. That's cool. I'll see you at 2:30 in about 2 days then. Great, thank you. Bye.
You cut her hair off? I don't believe you.
It was an accident.
You know, you haven't got a truthful bone in your body, have you? And you accused me of being the cheat. You made this house into a nightmare to live in. We have to creep around you just in case it upsets you. Well, I don't see why we have to do that anymore. Well, I thought you might see sense at work today, but clearly not. No, it takes more than a name to change, so you better start changing properly, or you'll drive us all out.
Ooh.
I will be taking total care of you from now on, Samuel. You won't need to worry about a thing. Around-the-clock attention, that's what you need. And that's what you shall receive.
I don't need that, I'm fine.
I beg to differ.
I've had tests to prove it on paper.
Now, just lie back. Get lots of rest.
Can I see Lucy and Ben now?
Don't strain yourself, Samuel. All in good time.
Gosh, they really are a world apart, aren't they? This Jane and that Jane. And I think Woody's right, by the way. I don't think we should actually refer to her as our daughter. Not for the time being, Duncan. I think we've got to get used to it, and so is she. We need to take time over this. And we must be realistic as well. We don't know what psychological damage she could incur from whatever we do now. I mean, look how fragile she is.
How many girls do you think they have in there?
Girls? Well, I don't know. I just saw Jane, sweetheart.
Jane, how many girls were there? Jane?
Darling.
Jane?
Oh, well, no luck there, then. Listen, I don't mean to be rude, but I'm not sure that your presence here is doing any good.
I'm doing my job, Mr. Harper. I know this may be difficult, but we really do need your full cooperation. Did you get Jane a follow-up medical examination like we asked?
Well, no, we don't need to. My wife's a doctor, you know that.
Mr. Harper, I think you need to ask yourself some honest questions about what really happened to her. She's hardly your little girl anymore, is she?
And how is the patient today?
Oh, yeah, much better. Can I see them?
See them? You're too late, I'm afraid. Lucy's taking her piano exam and Ben is fast asleep.
Lucy doesn't play piano.
Doesn't that just show how long you've been away? She's been playing for months. Apparently, she's a natural. And Ben has to rest up after all the talking he's been doing.
Talking?
All he says is, Aunt Rachel, Aunt Rachel. They grow up so fast. Blink and you miss things. Walk off into the sunset. And things change before you know it.
I thought you said he was a desperate case. You hardly need me.
Nonsense. Samuel, this is Jessica, your nurse. She's going to give you the round-the-clock attention that you need.
We'll have you running around in no time.
But until then, lie back.
Tom, can we please just talk this through?
Well, what's changed, huh? Oh, Dennis, of all people.
I didn't choose him, Tom. It just happened.
Just like my dad just happened to get packed off to Spain, you mean?
It's not like that. Things haven't been right between your dad and I for a long time.
But Dennis!
Tom, you know, sometimes the world seems to be saying that something isn't right. But if you know inside that it is, shouldn't you stand up and fight for it? I know this might seem crazy, but I thought you, of all people, might understand.
You held Dennis when he was a baby, Mum. Does that seem right to you?
Virgin enthusiast for the non-sexualisation of masterpieces. There. We say what we mean and we mean what we say.
That's really clever, that is.
Well, you have to be clever to non-sexualise masterpieces in the first place, which would count you out.
Tom, what do you think you're doing?
So, Frankie, what's your project for today?
I'm taking the Rochester out of Jane Eyre.
You're what?
Jane Eyre gave into passion when she went with Rochester, when really she should have been devoting the rest of her life to St. John. It's a very simple procedure, but I wouldn't expect you to understand that. You're disgusting.
Sorry, what?
What? What?
You're fine.
What do you mean I can't see them? They're my kith and kin. How dare you?
I don't mean to snoop, but there are no toys anywhere. Ben and Lucy don't live here, do they?
No, full marks per observation, Jessica. Your talents are obviously wasted in nursing. Have you tried Scotland Yard?
You can't get Sam's hopes up like that. He loves those children. He talks about nothing else. And you can't keep on hiding it. He's going to get better, Miss Culgrin. He's nearly better already. In fact, you're not even going to need me much longer.
On the contrary, Jessica. I think I now need you more than ever.
No, it takes more than a name to change. So you better start changing properly. Or you'll drive us all away.
Alex doesn't want me. It was always you. And you have to remember that.
Glad I've gone for someone with so much in common with you. I mean, blonde, funny, loving.
Oh,
I didn't mean to scare you. Look, I know what you must think, but I'm not using Dennis. I care about him, and I haven't done any of this to hurt you.
Well, I suppose I was being a bit overprotective, wasn't I?
Yeah, of course you were.
Friends? Why don't I treat you to a freestyle, eh? Lovely. That's the water temperature.
Fine. Oh, I'm so relieved that you're okay about Dennis and me.
Hey now.
Fine.
How about now? Sorry, darling, I just must be accident prone today. Look, just don't have to pay me, all right? Oh, just one last thing and I'll be out of your hair.
I'm not stupid. That's why I'm back here. But they think I am just because I look like this.
But you look nice. I mean, there's nothing wrong with how you look.
I don't really mean that. I mean, you're one of them.
No, I'm not. Because I know what it's like when people don't take you seriously because of how you seem. People think I'm a freak. That's why I'm thinking of having surgery.
What do you mean?
I'm having cosmetic surgery. That's how much I fit into Venom. My mum thinks it's for a nose job, but it's worse.
No. Is it that big?
I shouldn't have told you.
But that's wrong, Tom. You should be happy with the way that you are. That's what being free is about, isn't it? Making the right choices. But the ones that you decide are right. Not the ones that are put on you.
You're right. Who needs them?
Who needs them?
Leave him alone!
It's in your hands, Tom. Well, these are, anyway.
No abrupt movements.
Have you brought Lucy?
She's downstairs playing the piano. Can't you hear her tinkling the ivories?
Yeah, she's very good.
Like I said, she is a natural. Samuel, what are you doing?
I'm going downstairs to see her.
You most certainly are not. You're highly contagious. You're in home quarantine. No Ben and Lucy until you're fully recovered.
I don't believe you.
You need rest, or your body will deteriorate more quickly.
What do you mean?
Oh dear, Jessica, I think he's seen through our ploy. I didn't want to tell you, Samuel. I wanted to spare you the pain, but I can see there's no other way now. You can't see Ben and Lucy. Oh, I'm afraid you are very ill. And we don't know if you're going to recover. And after everything that the children have been through, I can't let them see you like this. It would break their hearts.
Well, bad news, I'm afraid. Looks like my career in hairdressing's been cut short, huh? Well, that's what you wanted, isn't it? Guess what? You were right. It's for the best, isn't it? See, I've changed. It's a brand new me.
Everything will be fine, Jane. I promise you. Just fine. Your mother's upstairs. And she is going to have such a wonderful surprise because everything is going to get back to the way that it was. I'm going to get my job back. We're going to have plenty of money again. And then we're going to go off to Disneyland. Disneyland. Just as I always promised we would. No more empty promises, Jane. I promise.
It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, I look in the mirror and just like going back in time, I remember you and us.
Nothing.
I was just thinking it's a pity the rest of you didn't go through that transformation.
Oh, cheers.
Now, maybe I could persuade you we're exactly the same.
Yeah, maybe you don't have to.
You can't hide it from me, Miss Culgren. You've had more doctors here than the Harpers. Sam's back, isn't he?
Not so fast, young lady.
I knew it. Now let me part.
I'm afraid not. Sam is too fragile to receive visitors at the moment. Any excitement might kill him.
Kill him?
And we wouldn't want that. Now, if you could leave me to my nephew, my sorrow, and my Chopin.
I thought that was Lucy.
Lucy?
Time's up, Missy.
Sam doesn't know you've lost them, does he?
Start putting on a mask. You haven't changed. This brown-haired person isn't you.
Actually, it is.
You're not fooling anyone, Henry. This is to do with Steph, isn't it? You know, you've got to stop comparing yourself to her because you never win.
Actually, it's not about Steph. It's not even about Alex. It's all about me.
But why did you do it?
What, don't you like it?
I don't mean you.
Oh, and whose hair would we be talking about then?
You know who I mean.
Who?
Never mind.
You know, just having a bit of trouble getting used to the new me, but it's going to have to, because I'm here to stay.
Give me that, or I'll...
You what?
That is tantamount to blackmail.
Got it in one. Where are Lucy and Ben, Miss Culgren? Oh, that's right. You don't know. And neither does Sam.
All right, what do you want?
Just a little bit of help with a small favour. Thomas Brake.
Thomas Brake? And what crime has he committed?
Indecent exposure. Oh, it did make my stomach turn.
I understand, Duncan. You know, when you're feeling down, you just need to pep yourself up, don't you?
Well, quite. But we do still need your hairdressing skills, just not actually for Natalie.
Duncan. Oh, sweetheart. I've been longing to get my hands on this for years.
No,
honestly.
Roxanne, it's not for me. It's well, I think you better see for yourself.
No. Duncan, please. Now, what?
Natalie, I think this is time now.
You know what this means, Thomas. And may I say, I never, in my darkest nightmares, thought I would be doing this to you now.
On the count of indecent exposure, guilty.
Indecent exposure? Come on, I had my flies undone. It was an accident, you know that.
It was an incident, Tom. You've just reeled out the same excuses of many a weak man. Vandalising property, releasing insects, perverting authority.
Vandalising property when you're the one ripping pages out of books.
Is this true? Oh, you Philistine.
They were perverted, as is he, and I say that he goes. Don't you agree with me, Miss Culgren?
And Frankie, what do you think? You think I should go? Then I will.
Alex, you know I love you. Look, I don't want to lose you. Not to Steph. Not to anyone, all right?
What's brought this on?
Well, you said I couldn't change, didn't you? I have. I can't believe I doubted you, just even for a second, you know. About Jane. I thought of you in prison, it just... I just can't bear it, actually. Look, I know I've asked you this a million times, but Will you marry me?
Get married.
Yeah.
Natalie. Oh, no. Natalie. Natalie.
Oh, Duncan, don't let anyone see her, please. Just don't let them see her, not now.
I won't, I promise. We won't let anyone see her till she's our Jane again, I promise you that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Della, come on, you're going to be late, darling. Get out of my house. Get out of my house right now. Della Wells, get down here.
Be easy with my name, you'll wear it out.
Now listen here, young lady. You wipe that smoke off your face and go sit down. Well, it's amazing, isn't it? You both now seem to think you're adults. Well, it's a shame you can't aspire to something better.
What, like you and Alex? Oi. I'm only sitting here.
Yeah, in fact, Alex and I have something to tell you. Because, we're getting married in a couple of weeks. Well, come on, you're such grown-ups. Let's have a grown-up response, shall we?
Why don't you just get up and we can talk over all this properly?
Is Ryan here?
Well, no, Natalie. Ryan is in America, isn't he?
Is it breakfast time yet? Oh, goody.
Natalie, please.
You have to come closer, Rachel. I can't shout.
Samuel.
Come here too. I need you.
He's getting close now. Breathe, Sam.
I need you here, Rachel. I need you to hear my last wishes.
No, Samuel, you shouldn't say such things. Maybe I was wrong. Strength and Sam Armstrong are inseparable. Yours will be a long life.
Everything's getting darker. I can only see through a tunnel. I know Lucy and Ben can't follow me, not yet. But I want Lucy to master the piano. I want Ben to learn my name, even if I'm not here. I want them to be safe. I want them to be cared for.
They will be, Samuel, they will be.
From this day forward, I entrust you with Lucy and Ben. I know that you will look after them better than anyone else, Aunt Rachel.
But, Samuel, you will still be here after today.
Sam, relax. Take it nice and slow, remember? Like I said.
No, Aunt Rachel. Timing is everything. I die today. I'm not scared because I know I live on in Lucy and Ben. There'll always be a part of me here with you, won't there?
You've been there 20 years. Surely I can persuade the governors to let you back in.
I don't want to go back. I want to sit and watch fat Americans fighting and freaks and loners like me.
Tom! Why do you always say things like that? You're always putting yourself down.
It's not something I can help.
Yeah, well, it's going to be okay without you having to change yourself.
Well, like when Dad comes home, how's that going to help, huh?
Look, Tom, I don't have the answers to everything, but take it from someone who knows. Surgery is not the way.
Yeah, and Pinocchio doesn't varnish his nose. Look, you signed the consent forms. I'm having it done today. Today, the snake will die.
Look, wait. You shouldn't make a girl like me run. It's not fun and it's not gentlemanly.
You should join Venom. I know that already.
Oh, stop him. Who needs a cult of personality?
I do. I'm having my op done today.
I'm mad. Why should those girls run your life?
Because I'm tired of being a freak and I'm tired of living on the margin, aren't you?
Well, I was until yesterday. You can't pull those stupid posters down.
Yeah, and that's why you've got to share the school with them on your own.
Well, we can hang out. We can be freaks together. You don't have to change yourself to please anyone. Spend one day with me and things will be okay, I promise. Look, I've got a nose for these things. Besides, you've been blessed with something that one woman can enjoy very much. And I think that woman should be me.
I don't know.
Of course you don't. No one showed you what to do with that thing. But believe me, I can give you a lesson you'll never forget.
About time he made an honest woman of you, love. And again, it took him long enough to prove that he was an innocent man.
Oh, even Alex couldn't go quite that far, Dad.
It's strange. I thought we were picking up where we left off, Helen.
You know what they say? Never say never, hey?
You sure you're still in love with Alex? I mean, you have changed.
Funny that. We'll have to live and learn, though, don't we?
Which means?
Which means that at this precise moment, I want Alex. And in 2 weeks' time, no one else will be able to have him. Not even Steph in her collar, one with the studs on it.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
That was great.
I meant for listening to me. You know, and understanding that you didn't need surgery.
Oh, right.
I'm not forgetting the rest, you know. You've been great, really, in every way.
Now I understand why people go through what they do. For this.
Do you like playing with my hair or something?
Well, if you think it's girly and silly, then you're wrong. Just never felt this in control.
What do you mean by manly?
Yeah, I feel like a man.
Really? Because you don't look like that to me.
Oh, really, Rob?
There's no holding me back now. I'm a man. Free love. No strings attached.
They're my blood, Rachel. You can't stop me from seeing my family. You can't let me die like my parents without seeing my family.
Nurse, do something.
I do see that it was my fault, and I am sorry. Showing Jane off to Roxanne when she was quite obviously not ready. But you have to remember that Roxanne is our best friend, and she can help us. And I can help you, Natalie. I'll help you for as long as I possibly can, whenever I can.
Morning, all. Duncan, my son, there has been a development. Look at that. Gutted, the whole place.
Well, that puts pay to that then, doesn't it?
Well, I don't think so, mate, because Paisley is going to want to know the truth more than ever now, isn't she? You know what I mean? Things you could say now could be really valuable.
Well, I think the most valuable thing we can do is just back off and let them get on with it. I mean, we all have our lives to lead. This is going to be our first step forward. We're going to become a family again. And I'm afraid it's time for you to go. Isn't that right, Natalie?
What do you want?
Nothing. Just feeling really, really happy, you know? I need nothing to make me more complete.
You were meant to feel less than whole.
I know, but I am whole, aren't I? Everything you see here, and even the things you don't, they're all Tom Brake, man. Yeah.
You haven't had the operation, have you?
No. Well, why am I going to lose something I haven't had a chance to put to good use?
You mean it's all there?
Here, there, and everywhere, I'm afraid. I uncorked a vintage earlier.
You do realise that you'll never join us, never read our books and never sing our songs.
I know. I feel like a 17-year-old who's just found out that conscription's over. Still, I've got a real taste for red wine now. It's heavenly. Celestial, almost.
Lucy.
It's me, Sam. We thought it best not to bring Lucy and Ben. We didn't want to make them upset. And Rachel said you might prefer to see me instead.
Sure, Sam can answer for himself.
This is le grand mot, Sam. The final moment. You shouldn't be scared. You've been here many times. You, of all people, should have been best prepared for this. Each little death an exquisite moment for you.
And for those you were with. Samuel isn't going anywhere. He's staying here. He has to live. He has to.
It's good to be brave, but it's time. Sam? He was beautiful. So beautiful.
He is beautiful. He is.
See, this is a special day for me too, Jane. Alex and me, we're going to get married. Now, that's not to say we haven't had our fair share of problems recently, because certainly been through it. You see, Alex had an affair. What, is this speech burning you? No, I didn't think so. Yeah, Alex had an affair. And, well, it was touch and go for a while, you know. Hey, just leave it, all right? But you see, it's all right now because he's come to realise that there's only room for one woman in his life. And that woman, Jane, is me. All right? There's a good girl.
Tinkling of the ivories merely reminds me I'm an empty husk of a woman. Oh, Samuel, 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 what have I done to this family?
I am risen, Rachel. I know what you did. I know the children aren't here. I was pretending, just like you. Nurse Jessica told me everything.
Oh, after you gained carnal knowledge of her, no doubt.
Where's my family, Rachel? What have you done with them?
They are not here. They are in care.
I'm so glad you saw sense.
Me too.
I know that your dad and I have got problems, but it's nothing to do with you. You carve out a future, do with yourself what you will, but you should never hate yourself for being who you are.
I know.
Good. Well, then you should go and tell Miss Culgaran that you want to go back to school. You'll have hardly missed any classes at all. Why are you packing?
I've made 3 decisions. No to surgery, no to school, and no to living here.
Why?
Because truth does not come at convenience, Mum. When Dad gets back, every day is going to start off as a lie, and I'm not going to live like that.
But what am I going to tell your father?
Tell him what you like. I'm not going to be around to back you up. If you want me, I'll be at the halfway house. But how about this is a wacky and novel idea? Why don't you tell him the truth?
It is risen again, I see.
Don't mess me around anymore. I want to talk. I want to get Lucy and Ben back.
You can talk all you like, Samuel. They're gone, and there's nothing you or I or anyone can do to get them back.
When you're happy with that, are you? Just to let them disappear out of our lives, just like that?
Don't talk to me in that tone, boy. It was you who walked out on us in the first place. It was you who upped and left without a moment's explanation. You have proved yourself to be the unfit parent, not I.
I looked after those children for months before you came along. You couldn't even manage 6 weeks.
6 weeks? 6 weeks alone, Samuel. Another lost parent substitute to explain to Lucy. Another howling baby who only wanted his father figure. We have both died in the days since, Samuel. And it both is and isn't our faults. And nothing though I am, watching you die, I would have swapped my life for yours in a second.
Then don't die. Live with us.
To me, Samuel, you are just like this gin. Something I wish I had never let into my life. Something to be poured away like the rot that it is. Something to be hated with all the vileness it deserves. I hate you, Sam Armstrong. I hate you. And I wish you had never come back.
You see, Natalie, I was wrong. I thought that with a little time, with a little support from our friends, that all this would get better, but I don't think so. Everything we feared has come true. I mean, I know we've got Jane back, but the Jane we knew, the Jane that we adored, she hasn't come back to us.
So there you are, eh? As good as new.
This is just a short-term thing till your dad gets back and you sort out whatever problem you've got.
Sure, Steph. Whatever you say.
Your mum said you'd be here.
Yeah.
She ain't half sad.
Well, I had to fly the nest, didn't I?
But Tom, I know this afternoon was great and all that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. It was a lesson, you know. I mean...
Look, don't, I know. I know that you love Ryan and everything. You're just helping me out of gratitude, and that's cool. It's cool. But thanks and everything. You know, the sex was great. You were great, and... Well, I was pretty good too.
Yeah, you were. You could teach your cousin a lesson or two. But it wasn't about gratitude or Ryan or anything like that. I don't know, I'm not deep enough to work it out, but sometimes you find that you're drawn to good people. And I wanted to help you from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, and you did. Oh, let this be a warning to all the young ladies. This ship is ready for boarding, baby. Tom Brake has a thirst to quench, yeah.
You're looking very pleased with yourself.
Oh, why shouldn't I? Oh, by the way, I've been talking to your friend, Steph.
Oh, my friend.
Yeah, sweet, you know. She's very kindly agreed to marry us.
What?
A bride's prerogative. Well, I didn't want to worry you today.
Yeah, but Roxanne... Helen, sorry. Don't you think we should have talked about it first?
Well, why? I mean, there's no problem, is there? Thought we were all friends again.
Friends?
Oh, I've got another little surprise for you. Ta-da!
That's a shame, actually. I was beginning to get used to Helen.
Well, she's a bit naive, really, wasn't she? A bit wet behind the ears. Needed to learn a few more lessons, hey?
Whatever you say, love.
Well, they do say blondes have more fun, but of course you'd know all about that, wouldn't you?
I guess.
You know what? In a week's time, it's going to be Alex and Roxanne forever.